Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen next in this arc. I am very, very grateful for this arc because it does feel, at least at this point in time, I'm almost afraid to say this out loud, that it has a slightly more lighthearted tone compared to what we've been seeing. And I think some of the stories they've put forth in just in the last several episodes have been really some of the most gut-wrenching and awesome stories ever. But I really needed a breather. I really needed just a cute, shippy story. And I think that's what we're getting. That's at least what the last episode was. So I'll briefly get into my thoughts on the last episode. Before I do that, I just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. If you're joining me on those YouTubes, please be sure to hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So it's funny because like the more I thought about last week's episode, the more I'm like, oh, Anakin's really kind of being like, this is unfair in a way to Padme because Padme really has zero. There's nothing to this about Clovis whatsoever. You know, in terms of like their history and everything. And she really is trying to get across to Anakin, like, we really need to do something. And he's just like so caught up in his jealousy. And like, I could recognize that. But at the same time, I'm also like, I get it because I'm jealous. And also it's just delightful to watch Anakin get that upset. Which is really a horrible thing to say when we know what happens. It's like, do not make Anakin angry, but it's also slightly fun to watch when he's, I just still feels shippy to me. I don't know. Like, even when they're sort of like squabbling, it feels very shippy, and I love their shippy moments on the show. So I think that's the majority of why I enjoy it so much. So yes, we have this whole thing going on with the banking clan. It's a whole thing. It's a whole drama. And I am so, I don't even know what's going on with Palpatine, of course, is pulling all the strings here, and I have no idea why. Like, what is his agenda in this particular case? I don't know if maybe it's just something I missed or if it's something they're going to get into over the course of the arc. But you guys, there's one way to find out, and that is to check out the next episode in this saga. What do you say we jump into the next Clone Wars? Let's go.
A personal request of the Chancellor's. My escorting you was, Senator. Adventures have you had on Scipio?
Have you met Rush Clovis?
Much distrust is focused upon you.
I understand, but I hope to right the wrongs that I have done.
Delay. We must not.
I don't know about this.
I believe the ones responsible should be ousted from control before the entire banking infrastructure collapses.
Oh, and I suppose you're the man to do it.
I only want the banking plan to be what it...
No.
Oh,
We are grateful for you bringing us this
God
information.
almighty.
But what if, Senator Amidala, I would like you to spearhead this investigation. Work closely with Rush Clovis
Oh!
and find and expose the
Anakin's
secret house.
not. Why is
Once
he?
we know exactly what we are dealing with, then we can decide how best to handle this.
Is he doing this to
Situation.
toy with Anakin? Is he doing? I'm sure there's more to it, but it's also, is he doing this to toy with Anakin?
Why didn't you just say no?
Say no. Why?
I don't want you working with Clovis.
You don't want me working with him?
A
Anakin.
serpent can shed its skin, but it is still a serpent.
Well, you're just going to have to trust my judgment here.
Like the last time, When you almost ended up
Don't
dead?
be.
Or how about... But I'm asking you to say no. As your husband, I demand that you...
You don't get to demand
stepping
as husband.
down.
No, you don't get to demand. That's how it works.
I am not foolish enough to allow myself to be deceived twice, Anakin. My sole intentions are to defend the Republic.
She's not gonna take it. She's not gonna take it, Anakin.
Trust me.
Oh, he's got a point. However, his Vaderness is showing a little bit right now. No, Sweet Pea. No. That's not how this works. You do not demand.
But first, you must entrap him, so he has no one else to turn to.
Oh.
Of course, my lord.
So he's going to discredit him so that he kind of doesn't have a choice but to turn back to his old ways.
Something wrong?
You tell me.
Not that I'm aware. Whoever
Anakin.
feels that your judgments concerning Rise of Clovis are clouded.
Putting it mildly.
I believe he can't be trusted.
Yes, but there is more, isn't there? I sense a deep anger in you by my simply saying his name.
He almost got Senator Amidala killed, and I would have been responsible.
How could they possibly not
Senator has risked her
know?
life many times.
We had a relationship. Once, I simply feel she is vulnerable to her emotions.
Uh-huh.
She is. Or you.
Oh!
Implying.
You've met Satine. You know I once harbored feelings for her. It's not that we're not allowed to have these feelings. It's natural.
Senator Amidala and I are simply friends.
And friends
Honey.
you must remain. As a Jedi, it is essential you make the right choice, Anakin. For the Order.
I understand my responsibilities.
More than the order, though.
Responsibilities that must be observed, whatever relationship develops between Clovis and Senator Amidala.
They have no relationship. It is simply business between them.
Then we should have no problems. Should we?
Should we? Oh, that conversation was tense. That was tense. Oh, Obi-Wan's very wise, though, because he's like, look, it's not that we're never going to be attracted to people, like, period. We're not dead. But you're not supposed to follow through on those attractions. We know that had to really hurt for Obi-Wan to say that, considering Satine.
This reminds me, when we had 3 nights to prepare for the Senate hearing to rescue Bromlark's planetary aqueduct system.
Oh,
Together we
old
saved the people from
times.
Total drought and famine. I don't think either of us got any sleep that whole week, let alone ate anything.
We're not as young as we used to be.
I'm still pretty young.
We're not that old either.
Something.
Just gonna shift on over to here. I need some tomatoes on my plate.
What have you got?
My father was a personal attaché to the household of one of the head Mune families. We
Okay.
were basically servants. The head of the family took a personal interest in my education.
I'm
He
seeing
was the
kind of
same
a
age as his
parallel here.
children, so we all studied together. When my parents and his wife were killed in a shuttle accident, he
Aw.
adopted me. You should know my contacts within the Mune government run deep. I have many
Oh.
allies, should I need to call on them.
Ooh.
I didn't
Well.
appreciate how personal this was for you.
Now maybe you will trust me.
I'm here, aren't I?
I want to thank you
Is
for
the
everything you've done for me. I don't think I would have had the strength alone.
Clovis, don't.
Don't do that.
It's that Jedi, isn't it?
General Skywalker?
Oh, what?
Nothing more.
Friends don't argue the way we argue
Yeah,
today.
no, they argue like a married couple.
You're confused.
Isn't it forbidden for a Jedi to have romantic ties?
What are
He
you
would be banned
saying?
from the Order, would he not?
There is nothing romantic between he and I.
What are you saying,
Then there's
Clovis?
absolutely nothing to stop us from doing this.
Clovis!
Stop! Go! Ah!
Get away from her.
Oh, he's gonna kill you! Oh, he's gonna straight up kill you! Oh no, Anakin! Anakin, calm down, Anakin. Anakin. Oh my God.
Fighting like a man without your Jedi tricks. Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Oh, Anakin has zero problem with the fisticuffs.
You don't have a say in this.
What?
Feelings for you. I see you for what you truly are.
Oh, Anakin, please. They're playing the Vader theme. Playing the Vader theme. Your Vader's showing. Put it away. No, Anakin, no. Don't do this, Anakin. Don't do this. It was... No, it's not funny anymore. Whoa.
You should accept that the Senator has other interests than you.
Oh, no, please don't say that. Are you trying to get killed? Woo! Oh, no. Oh, there goes dinner. There goes dinner. Anakin, don't. It doesn't matter if he is a snake. Don't do it. Stop.
Sorry.
He stopped. Holy crap.
No.
It was my good fortune to have General Skywalker.
He's gonna
He escaped in
cover.
a speeder over the balcony.
Oh, dang it, Anakin. Dang it. Don't.
Stay away from me.
Whoa. She's like, can't. That was too far. It was too far. He definitely egged him on, but it was too far. He is a Jedi. He is supposed to, well, of course, we know that's kind of the point of this whole thing, is he cannot quite.
I don't know what came over me.
What's done is done.
Jealous rage?
It's
Ooh.
just when I saw you about to kiss him.
And I regret that. But it was not what you thought.
She was
You
not
must
really
know
about to
I
kiss
don't.
him.
You could have killed him, Anakin.
Yeah, he was really close. He was really
Marriage
close.
is not a marriage, Anakin. If there isn't any trust,
You
I
gotta
said
have
at the beginning that this
trust.
could be a terrible mistake.
Oh,
What exactly are you
saying?
That other people who are married have everything that we don't.
Ooh,
Everything that we won't. We live in secret, Anakin. Like
that
it or
is
not,
true.
our relationship is built on lies and deception.
Oh.
No relationship can survive that.
I know I went too far. It's just something inside me snapped.
I don't know who's in there sometimes.
I
Just know that
know.
I'm not happy anymore. I
Ooh.
don't feel safe.
Ooh. Oh. She's right.
I think it's
She's
best if we
absolutely
don't see each other anymore.
right.
At least not for a while. I'm sorry, Anakin.
I'm sorry too.
Oh, wow. She's right. She's absolutely right. No. Not
No.
in the least. Whoa. She's right. She is right about all of it. I just still... So, question. How exactly are we going to mend these fences for the whole Luke and Leia thing to happen?
But more importantly, someone wants to speak with you.
What are you talking
God. Here we
I
go.
am a servant of Count Dooku.
Oh, by the way. Oh, God. There he is.
Hello, Clovis. The banks need new management, and that it's...
He's gonna put, yep, that's what Palpatine said. Put him in charge. You want to
I didn't
change
know
it so
better.
much?
I'd
Put it
say
in.
you were afraid.
We are indebted to Rise Clovis for his service to our people.
Well, I have done only what I thought was right.
Considering the information, it appears that the Separatist government
God.
has agreed to allow...
Now all that stands in your way is the Senate.
Okay. Well,
That it is the actions of only these unscrupulous few who are
oh, he's like, this is all going as planned.
nomination in taking over the banks. What can you do? I will restore
Oh.
order and return the banks back to secure and neutral
Just
negotiations
focus on
and transactions.
Anakin.
I believe that in these dangerous times, the bank must be protected at all costs.
This is all going just how he wanted.
A resounding majority in support of the nomination.
Yep. Yeah, please leave it at a handshake, please. Oh, Anakin. I do feel bad for Anakin, but man, I really wish he had done something about that anger. Things would have been really, really different had he just... This is not the first time he's had an violent outburst.
I can tell this has been a difficult time. I've known you too long not to see something is troubling you.
Please stop.
Your
Do not
Excellency, forgive me, but
confide in him.
you have made a mistake by trusting Clovis.
Have I? Rest assured, my public endorsement of Clovis is not the same as my private confidence in him.
Then what exactly is going on here?
I think there is something we haven't unearthed yet. And I would very much like
Oh.
to surface.
Okay.
But people have been hurt. Could be hurt in the process.
Let us make sure that doesn't happen. Shall we?
Oh no, you could just see how he just slowly gained that trust from Anakin. Oh, it's so disgusting to watch, you guys. All right, you guys. Oh, that was a whirlwind of an episode. So they straight up she's like, no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to see you. I don't want to, whoa. Did not realize that they were having like rocky times like these. I think it gets resolved by episode 3. And we know it gets resolved at some point before that. Unless, I don't know what the timeline is, but I'm pretty sure we're not down to like the 9 months to episode 3. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's really sad to watch, but I gotta say, it's interesting to me because Anakin came in with a lot of really good points. That, like, maybe we can't necessarily trust this individual. What the sad fact of it is, I think he really was set on trying to make a difference. I think he really did want to expose what was going on in the banking clan. Like, I don't think that was a trick. I don't think there was a big hidden agenda. But I gotta say, I did not like the way he was like, oh, couldn't a Jedi get in trouble for that? Huh. Then what's stopping us? Did not care for that. Like, that was pretty ugly on his part, I gotta say. That being said, Anakin straight up had a violent rage. Like, a real profound violent rage. Like, the kind that probably fueled, like, killing a lot of the Tusken Raiders and everything. Like, at that level of violent rage. Maybe not quite that level, but it was close, and then something stopped him. So, like, at this point, it hasn't totally taken over yet, but he is so close to the edge. It's so sad that, like, I don't know. It is an awful lot of power for someone to have if they have anger issues like that, but it's not to say that somebody with anger issues can't overcome them either. It's just such a shame that, like, everything fell into place, and fell into place because somebody wanted it to fall into place that way. Like, let's be perfectly honest here. Had there been no outside influence from Palpatine, I still maintain that would not have happened, like, at all. Like, clearly there's still a lot going on there. Like, the anger issues didn't come from Palpatine. He may have played on them. I think his thing is playing on the issues and characteristics of others to get his way. But that was there, guys. That was there. And I mean, knowing Anakin's backstory, like, you could see how dangerous power could have been in his hands, like, regardless of any influence. And I just really, really wish things had gone differently. And, like, wouldn't it be nice if this had been, like, the turning point where he was like, whoa, I really need to do something. Like, this isn't good. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is Palpatine is going to wave his little magic wand and discredit Clovis. And Anakin will have been proven right. And things will probably go back to the way they were. Although I will say, like, can I just say, the little bit of the jealousy thing was cute, but it got pretty bad here. Like, that was not cute. It was not fun. There was nothing cute for, like, the demanding, the whole thing that happened with the fight scene. Not okay. And Padme's absolutely right. She is absolutely right. Like, their whole thing is based on deceit. And that's really not a good way. It's not something you want your marriage to be founded in. It's deceit, lies, secrets. But they really do. It's so sad because they really do love each other. And I wish things had gone differently. I wish that, oh God. But man, having the Vader theme play while he's just and he legitimately stepped out and was like, what am I doing? Like, it really is, like, consuming him. It is I'm not saying it's he couldn't have made a different choice, but, like, it really truly is consuming him at this point, to, like, the point where he has almost no control over it. It's a real problem. Oh dang, guys. It's just so sad because if it just weren't for that darn anger problem, there is a lot going on here. And I feel like you could see how Palpatine is really benefiting from people's focus being elsewhere. You know what I mean? It's just such a shame. Whole thing's a shame. That was sad. That one made me sad. The last one was kind of, it was at more or less of a cute level. Maybe not even cute, because he was still being like kind of like not letting her get a word in edgewise because he was so jealous. This has definitely crossed the line. This is uncomfortable. I liked the episode, but I feel icky. Didn't like where it went. It's gonna get resolved one way or another. They're gonna be okay, at least for a little bit. But it is interesting how, you know, having stories like this really helps to flesh out, like, okay, we see a couple of real red flags throughout the movies, but then like from 2 to 3, we just kind of jump right into the climax of the story, and being able to flesh it out, it's like, oh, so there were even more, like, there were a lot more hints that, like, this was not... And it is kind of interesting, too, because the whole thing in, like, episode 3, where he's like, oh, Obi-Wan poisoned you against me, and you've turned against me, and all this stuff, like, it's clear there were problems, like, before, you know? I think it really does help to really solidify the case for episode 3 to have Clone Wars and to have these stories, because it really shows you even more so how, yeah, no, this is not a good situation. It was not. I feel like somewhere, was it in episode 3 where they say like maybe there was like some chance that like the Jedi Council, like once the war was over, they would, because he was a general and all this different stuff, like maybe they would like hear them out, like just hear out their case and like let them, you know, be together and live out in some sense of normalcy or something. I don't know why I remember like hearing something like that, but I mean, you could see how this being the just their lives, yeah, this was already really not working. And I love the scene with Obi-Wan. Can you imagine? This is the first time Obi-Wan has even said anything. It just mentioned her name since what happened. It must have absolutely devastated him. But I feel like he had a little bit of a healthier way of dealing with the loss of a loved one is absolutely horrible. But I feel like they addressed this way back. And when it was the one who ended up betraying, right? And Ahsoka. And they thought they had like lost them. And her master was like, I would feel terrible, but like, I'm not going to necessarily like go into a violent rage and just cut everything down in my path. And that's kind of a healthy way to deal with grief. Anakin's way, not so much. So I know if some of you told me afterwards, like Obi-Wan's kind of seen as like the ideal Jedi now, because he's like, he very clearly has those feelings and everything, but is kind of, I guess, just dealing with them in a better way. I'm still not crazy about the whole no attachment thing. I don't know. I see why. I see exactly why. This is the prime reason right here for not having attachments as a Jedi. It's a lot of power, and if you let your personal feelings get in the way of that, it could be really, 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 really dangerous. And that's how the dark side comes in. Oh, you don't want to lose your loved one? Come to the dark side. Oh, did you want to have your cake and eat it too? Come to the dark side. I get that. That being said, maybe we could just like teach people like how to have more balance in their attachments, but still have attachments and still be a Jedi. I don't know. I'm not a Jedi master. I'm not pretending to be. So I really don't have all the answers on this one. Not crazy about the no attachments, but I do have to say I do get how like, I also don't think like if we took the Jedi thing out of the picture here, the way that Anakin deals with attachment is still not healthy. Like it has nothing to do with being a Jedi. Or whatever. It has to do with, like, that would have been a really horrible scene if, like, just take the Jedi thing out of it and he, you know, it really goes beyond that. So it's not even so much the attachment thing. I guess it's put into place for, like, individuals like Anakin who maybe have some, like... Then again, I don't know if they were betting on anyone like Anakin being in the Jedi Order. Like, they being whoever invented, like, the Jedi Order. Because I feel like that would be kind of an antithesis from the start, you know? I don't know. I could probably talk about this all day. I am going to wrap it up because I've been ranting for a while. But I find these stories particularly interesting, and I just really love to discuss. So, all right, guys. I feel icky. I'm going to go get a snack, and I will be back next time with more Clone Wars. So I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I'll try to slap a headphone warning on this one because I was really feeling the screams there at one point. But thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.